quick one. I'll share my screen and then we start. Um, Please hold on. But while I do that, I would like to welcome everyone quickly on our session will be on the accounting for small businesses or financial management. Right. So we want to the goal of the session is to make sure that we're taking through the beginning of of finance or financial management. Right. I hope you can still hear me.
Sir, we can't hear. I can't hear you. Can't hear you very well.
Oh, hear me now. Is it better now? Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
All right. Good morning, everyone. So, let's start from there. Let me quickly share my screen so that we'll see how far we can go. Um, good morning. Well, get to be sure of the number of participants I have here. I'm not sure I can hear everybody. Can you just unmute and just introduce yourself briefly and what you do? Yes, who's going first? Just unmute and introduce yourself. I know you're about 16 in this session. So,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Olajimi George.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
What does
pharmacist.
Oladipo do?
Yes,
Pharmacist.
I'm a pharmacist. My business in the healthcare sector.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Thank you,
Thank you very
sir.
much. Thank you very much. Any other person? Please, can you enable that I'm able to share my screen? Yes, the next person can go ahead. Who else is up for the task? Who's introducing this herself? Nora Godwin, do you want to do that?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
My name is Bajibo Unimota. I'm into production of catfish and processing.
Okay, that makes sense. Production of catfish and
Catfish
processing.
processing.
All right.
It's an oven dried process. So not direct smoke.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other person?
Yes. Good morning, everyone, sir.
Oh, your voice
My name
is
is
breaking.
Nora.
Nora, your voice is breaking.
Okay.
But go ahead. I think I can pick what you're saying.
Okay.
Oh,
I am Nora Godwin. I am into the production of coated peanuts and to people that want to know.
No, I couldn't hear you clearly. Maybe you may want to check your connection and So I could not
Okay,
hear
please,
you.
is it better now?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, I am into the production of coated peanuts and zobo. I produce it in large scales and resell it. And I want to resell.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You produce of it. All right, no problem. Thank you very much. Any other person quickly?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Love Aja. I'm a hairstylist.
Okay, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much for those who have introduced themselves.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mrs. Ezo. I'm into provisions and toiletries. We do wholesale to supply. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, for introducing yourself. For those who have done that, for the sake of time, we'll be going straight to the business of the day. So my name is Elijah Palavi, and I'll be your facilitator for today. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes.
All
Yes, I
right.
can
Thank
see
you very
your
much.
screen.
And I need to let you know that it's going to be a very interactive class. So I'm sure you are here, and you can summon any one of us anytime to get your thoughts complete. It's not like a one-man thing. It's going to be very interactive, and I'll need your feedback. So don't join the show and go and quickly move it. All right. So let's get into the business. So accounting for small businesses. Why I ask everybody to introduce themselves, apart from the fact that since some of you started the women program, you are not really doing something and sort of make you guys introduce yourself and what you do to each other, because that person that is um your colleague might also be interested in your service and all of that. You know that. So it's always good to always you can build your network anywhere, anywhere you find yourself and all that. So my intention is to make sure that you guys have not been done, please you guys get to know what each other do, and I know you continue that this session, and also to also get a glimpse of what you guys do, so that whatever I will teach you and talk about you, you'll be able to put them into perspective. So accounting for small business. We all own one business. Somebody is unmuted. Can you please mute yourself? If you know you are unmuted, please mute yourself. All right, thank you. I can't hear myself any longer. All right, so accounting for small business. So it's important to know that every one of us here has one small business or the other. From whatever the person is into, pharmaceutical products. The person is into, is he switch point now? If I'm not correct. The person is into Zobo and this. So it tells us that everybody here is into one business or the other. But this is scope of the Nigerian regulatory environment. Whatever business you are, all these businesses that they mentioned is categorized as small businesses, right? And then, there's something I used to say that any small business who is out there, or small business who is out there today, you must prioritize, you know, having proper accounting system for this kind of business. If that business must thrive, you must have a proper accounting system. That is why this session is very, very, very important. Very, 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 very important. And you have to pay, rapt attention to what we are about to do. Very, very important. So the first question I'm going to ask everyone here is just go into the chat box and put we are going to break the word, maybe accounting for small businesses, the topic into words. I would like you to put in the chat box what you understand about accounting. Just start from there. What do you, anytime the word accounting comes to your mind, what comes to your mind when you hear accounting? So log into the chat box. Just let you understand the accounting. You don't need to go to Google to go and do something, right? So, yes, counting. I'm watching the chat box now for counting. So, Oladimi Jodwan, you said keeping proper business records and documentations, right? Thank you very much. Any other person? Okay, Oluwaseun Fashino said money and mathematics. All right, that makes sense. Okay. Any other person? We're about 17 in this room, so I expect at least the quorum of this lecture should be at least 8 people when I ask questions. At least half of the class should be able to start something. Yes, we ought to speak in please. Oluwaseun has said something. Oladimiji has said something. Okay, Nora Godwin said accounting is a proper keeping of financial record. It makes sense. Any other person? Yes, any other person?
Accounting is the proper records and
Past
bookkeeping
record.
of the business.
All right, who is speaking?
I said, Rauf Ajibonimota, I said accounting is the proper record and bookkeeping of the business.
Okay, I got that actually was your name, I didn't hear. Thank you very much for that. Accounting is the proper record keeping of the business. Thank you very much. Yeah. Deborah is saying that accounting is the process of recording, company transaction and summarizing, analyzing, and reporting on the activities in reporting. Okay, Gina Christiana is saying accounting has to do with keeping financial records, regard sales, revenue, cost, etc. of the business. I think I love this breakdown. Sales, revenue, cost, etc. of the business. All right, thank you very much for putting yourself out there. From what I can see, it shows that we have an understanding of what accounting talks about. Now, moving that, we also said accounting has to do with keeping paper books of records and all of that, which we are right. We are right, yes. Very, very right. So the next thing is, if you know accounting is keeping proper books of record, the next thing is, do you now think as a small business you should pay much attention to keeping proper books of accounts? Yes. You think as a small business it's really, really necessary to keep proper books of account, to keep proper books of account, I mean. Just need somebody to unmute to answer that. Do you think so? Okay, Oluwaseun Fashino said yes, sir. All right, let's get into the business of the day. Since you know what accounting is, all right, okay, I need to also ask, what is a business or a small business? Anyone? So once we are able, why I'm doing this is that once you are able to understand what we are discussing, what accounting is, what a business and by extension, what a small business is, or what small businesses are, then what we're about to discuss today will be a smooth ride. So, what do we understand by small business? Yes, somebody said yes because it should determine if you are making profit or not. Virginia Testament entity. Do we understand by small business? Yes, small business. All eyes on the chat box. Small business. Do we understand by small business?
Ralph Ajibonimota, I think maybe a business that is a sole proprietor business.
Okay, a business that it is a sole proprietor business. Yes, small business. Thank you for that, Rahul, for always coming through. Yes, any other person? Okay, small business means let me read the first one. Small businesses means business with fewer number of staff and revenue stream. Okay, Oladimiji, right? In Ghana, a small business may be classified as a sole proprietor because it's limited business with limited capital. Business that has at least 5 million naira in revenue needs for you. Okay. All right, guys. I mean, it shows that you are all in this class, and I love that. That is the best way to go, right? So, you're all right. Yes, small businesses have at least 5 million in revenue. Although I'll still shed more light on that as far, the revenue stream of what a small business should look like. Like, but not many prefer the stream for a should be limited capital. No, correct. Yes. I mean, you can't become a small business if there is nothing, this is how there's nothing small about the business. So the person saying limited capital, in a way is close to that. Small business is a privately owned corporation partnership or sole proprietorship that has fewer employees or less annual revenue than a regular sized business or corporation. The Bureau and Media. Thank you. Nora Godwin. A small business is a business that operates with small members, small financial startup. Yes, and operates within an area. Nora Godwin. Thank you. So thank you very much. This is of no doubt that you guys have an understanding of what small businesses are and what accounting are. Okay, Oluwaseun, let me take this last one. Oluwaseun Fashion said, small business start with little capital from personal savings and family and friends. Very, very correct. Very correct. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun, and thank you everyone who has participated in answering the questions. So let's go into the business of it. So once you know what accounting is and what a small business is, then let's now start with an overview. One thing I've realized about talking about what accounting is and small business or taking sessions generally is that you need to first put the numbers out there because I'm someone who appreciates statistics a lot. Because if you don't have statistics, you may not really understand why you are doing something. So, and that is why we used to say that whatever we happen in the future, and not you may not have a glimpse of what we happen in the future, even if you may not, but you can still kind of forecast for. You may not have an understanding of what will happen in the future, so to say, or glimpse of it. If you don't understand history, what is the antecedent, right? You will not be able to, project it. So this is why this is important. I mean, there was a study by Keyman Freshman in 2022 where he posited that the most obvious risk of not taking proper records is that business is concerned to lose control over its most valuable asset, as information. So does that mean? If you fail to keep proper books of account, whether you're a small business, medium scale business, or you're a large business or corporation as it were, what you are putting on the line is that you will lose your most valuable and lose information. What does it mean by the most valuable asset? And how is information the most valuable asset? All agree with me that you cannot make the best of the best decisions if you don't have the right information. Why are you joining this women development entrepreneurship program? If I'm correct with the full meaning of the program, why are you joining the program? You're joining the program because you have certain information and you acted on that information. Information that probably there's something that will be said, you probably don't know. There's something that will be taught there that will probably at points. You now decided to say, okay, I need to um, you know, join this seminar to make sure that I'm abreast of everything that has to do with my business, right? So you make this decision based on an information. So the same thing in accounting. You don't just recording sales, recording revenue, recording assets or liabilities, all those things we do, right? So beyond it, you need all these things are recorded to get an information to say, okay, what is the profit of the business like this? If the profit of the business this year is not what we expected, then we now make decisions. It's okay, what is the cost? Okay, we realize that we didn't do as much as we did last year in terms of revenue. So what can we do? All right, we could do this, we could do that. Right? So we are making decisions based on that information. So what the first thing I want you to know in this session is that if you whether you study accounting, you have an understanding of accounting or finance or not. As a business, even as a small business, if you're trying to do, if you do not prioritize keeping proper books of accounts, I mean proper and adequate, I think just in books of accounts, proper and adequate books of accounts, then your business is close to collapsing. That's just the truth. Like just simple like that, right? So you have to be very, very much, you have to pay much attention to keeping proper books of account. And that's what this man is saying. And to even put things more into context for you, I mean, there was also a research by Forbes last year, that's 2023, saying that about 20.8% of retail purchases are expected to take place online, right? E-commerce sales will increase by about 10.4% in 2023. Right? This is just trying to drive home the point that most of our small businesses now focus on. I mean, if you're on this platform, no one here can tell me your business, you don't have a presence online. It's not possible. Everybody wants to have an Instagram or even has the Instagram account where they push the content as to what they do. Everybody wants to have a Facebook account, Twitter account where you can push what you do out there and your global audience can see what you do. Right? So that is why this also drives home the point that if you are here and you don't have an online presence, particularly as it relates to your business, and you may want to look into it. Same thing, people are on LinkedIn pushing out what they do to start content, letting people know what they stand for, and all of that. So it's also important to also want to do that. If you are here, for instance, maybe you are not on LinkedIn, you are not on most of all these platforms, it's a good time for you to consider it. And that's why you're in this setting, to meeting with the host of facilitators who will teach you most of all these things and how to really have a smooth ride as it relates to your business. Then the next thing we want to talk about is what is business accounting, right? Before you define what accounting is, Now we're talking about business account. I will define what a business is. No, I'm not sure anybody define what a business is. Let's just talk about what you know a small business is, which you are right now. But when we're talking about business, we're talking about any economic activity. Just in a layman's terms anyway. Any economic activity you engage yourself into for the purpose of making profit and achieving some goals. Right? Although the full aim might not be to make profit, but along the line, it's coming handy, right? So business accounting is all about gathering and analyzing financial information in a business activity, right? So what business accounting is simply all about is trying to make sure that the transactions are recorded at the appropriate time and upon this recording of these transactions, financial statements are prepared, and after financial statements are prepared, then it aid in decision making. Right? So the essence of keeping proper books of account is to make sure that decisions are being made. That's why earlier on in this session, I give an example of me joining the WDEP seminar. I joined it based on an information on the board. So imagine if the information was not accurate or wrong. If somebody just told you there is one women development whatever program, what they do there is just to come together and maybe just what's the word, maybe just party and all of that. And on the basis of that information, maybe you are the party that you now joined or you opted to register for that seminar. You now get there. Somebody like Elijah now is now talking about business accounts. You'll be disappointed. Why? Because you actually made the decision based on the wrong information. The same way in accounting. If you don't keep proper books of accounts, right, as a business, or as you begin to grow, you begin to have the financing, it does that. The financing fails to proper books of account. What happens to you as the manager or as the management flag? You begin to make the wrong set of decisions because in the first place, the decisions you are making are premised on wrong information. Do you understand? So if you are following me, just on mute and say, I can hear you. Be sure you are following me and you are not in the kitchen. When you are with me again.
I can hear you, sir.
Yes, you can hear me. Only one person, no others. There are about 24 here.
I can hear you, sir.
And hear me, okay? You hear me. Yes. So moving on. The next thing is now let's have an overview of what is in fact this is a place you have to pay rapt attention. Very, very serious attention because I have realized that as a business, I mean, and it's general, in finance, for instance, we advise businesses based on the regulatory framework of where they operate. And if you don't understand the regulatory framework of where your business is domiciled, then there will be problems. In the sense that relations with the regulatory authority, and you know what will happen when you are running a business and you're having uh, the regulatory authority say maybe like IRS, for example, is in charge of collection of system and all of that. You know what to look like, right? Now, what is a small business according to Kama 2020? Kama is 20 and Indian Matter 2020. It used to be Common and Indian Matters 1996. Let me give you the trajectory. From there, we had Common and Indian Matters Act Kama 2004. But in 2020, during the Buhari regime, in order to make sure we have the friendly environment for business to thrive in Nigeria. Then the National Assembly now amended KAMA 2024. It now became 2020. To be sure you get that, let somebody put in the chat box. In fact, everybody put in the chat box the meaning of KAMA. So to be sure that you got that and do what I'm talking about. Yes, KAMA. All eyes on the chat box. I want to be sure you are following me. What's the full meaning of KAMA? Anybody? Anybody? These people here. Yes, somebody said family and alien matters are thank you, Luashon, passionate, always community. Yes, family and alien matters. So what does this farmer says is small business? Or within the regulatory framework of Nigeria, what is a small business? Number one is that you are regarded as a small business. Thank you, Christina, for responding. I can see you. You are picking to be a small business in Nigeria within this for this company. Okay, maybe I should just even give you a little bit understanding of what government and agent matters. Now there is a body or an agency of government called CAC. I know that as you are here, you have heard about CAC. You have registered your business with CAC. Can you signify? You have registered your business with CAC. Just put in the chat box. Yes, right. And if you have not, don't be shy. Yes, I have not. Yes, rules. Okay, Oluwaseun. Yes, yes, I have. All right. That means a good number of us here have registered. That means you know what CAC is. So CAC is Corporate Affairs Commission, and they are an agency of government that has to do with registration, governance, and incorporation of businesses in Nigeria. As long as, and the question is, what within the scope of Company and Allied Matters for CAC? Because the truth is, what governs everything CAC does is this Company and Allied Matters Act. It is a weapon, or it is like, I mean, an act that governs everything that is being done or how they relate with businesses. Because some people say they have not till fair, okay? Well, you may want to consider doing that as well. That your business will be registered. For example, I mean, and one of the advantages of doing that, aside from some other implications, like when you want to get to the course of this session, another advantage is that it helps you reserve your business name. If you have a business name that you don't want, or maybe you have been operating with it and your customer knows you by your name, you need to go and register as soon as possible. Because once someone else is using that name, CAC will never register you with that name. That name has to be changed. So you want to reserve that name that almost everybody, your customer, your stakeholders have known you for, and you may want to consider registering as well. Okay, somebody said, but I have reserved my business name. Okay, that's correct. For grant purpose too, you want to consider registering. So what is a small business within the scope of farmer? Right? It's important. Number one, you are regarded as a small business, I mean, for the purpose of farmer, as a small business, I mean, if you are a private company limited by share. Although it does not mean you have to meet all these criteria here. But this is one of the criteria when you are regarded as a small company and private company. You have to be a private company limited by share. And what is a private company? In fact, sometimes a private company may be required as a small business because in some places, private companies are even owned by at least, according to China 2020 now, you are a private company, you should be owned by at least one director, for instance. So when you are recognized as a private, it's very, very important, right? Private company. So my private company limited by share, that's one of the things that you know, require you as a small business. But that's not where I want to pay much attention to. The next one is that you must not have any foreign shareholders. Within the scope of karma, you must be regarded as a Nigerian company and a small company. Any of your shareholder must not be a foreign shareholder, meaning that any of your shareholder must not be such that is not of Nigerian descent. For instance, if you have one of your foreign shareholders to be a Ghanaian, then you will not qualify as a small business for the purpose of um, um, for the purpose of claiming a small company under the Company and Allied Matters Act. The next thing is that the director must hold nothing less than 51% of his shares. That's why in most cases, when you talk about small businesses, most of the small businesses, the directors are usually, or the director in most cases are usually the owner of the business. So you will not hold anything less than 51%. That's what we call in accounting controlling interest, right? Once you hold more than half of the shares or of the capital, because in most cases it might not be shares of the capital of the business, then in accounting we say you have a controlling interest. It means that you can, for instance, you can vote and be voted for in that kind of situation. And even when you vote, you are sure that you will get the majority in most cases because you own more than half of the piece of the company. Then the next one says none of his members is a government or government agent or nominee. I'll tell you one of the reasons why this is like that. One of the reasons why we're having all these things because in the first we what brought about the amendment of Hammer is that the government wants to make sure that there is a friendly business environment in Nigeria. since they understand that not everybody coming out of the university is actually a white collar job, and entrepreneurship is now the new oil. We're not trying to make sure that we make the whole business. I mean, the whole registering for businesses doing business in Nigeria friendly. What brought about even at 2% in the first place. We want to make sure that people benefiting from it are purely not maybe government agencies and all of that. That is why this is saying that I want to propose. That's why this is saying that none of its members is a government. But that's not where I'm going. Where this now apply more to you is that what makes you a small business in Nigeria is that your turnover, according to Kama, must not be more than 120 million. Your turnover means your sale in a year. Until we aggregate all your sale, your turnover, or your revenue is the same thing. Because for the purpose of international financial reporting standard, we don't call sales. Sometimes we call it revenue. So we are still talking about the same thing. Your aggregate sales in a year is not more than 120 million. So and I'm sure if I ask now everybody on this board, is the aggregate sale in a year up to 120 million? If it's up to 120 million, if you put it in the chat box, so tell me yes, it's more than 120 million. So that we will know that we have big guys here, big boys and girls. Yes, there's a reason for asking that. Okay, nobody is responding. So I want to believe no one sale is more than 120 million in this room. Like that means that all of you in this room qualify as a small business and you qualify to enjoy the benefit of small business, which I will discuss in a bit. Yes, there is small business in Nigeria, like everybody here claims, then there's a benefit of being a small business. Yes. And the last but not the least is that your net asset, right? The net asset is like saying that your total asset minus your liabilities, right? Sorry, minus your liabilities, right? So your net asset must not be more than what? 60 million. No. Right? So your net asset should comprise of what your total structure looks like. That's what makes you a small business. But that is not enough to discuss. The next thing is how does finance classify companies in Nigeria? This is where I will be discussing a lot of things. Well, wait, good morning. All right, good morning. So, good morning. Thank you for joining in. So this is where I will be paying much attention to small companies. What are the benefits of the small company? Now, we have another act known as the Finance Act. We have Finance Act 2019, we have Finance 2020, we have Finance Act 2021, and we have Finance Act 2023 that was signed on 31st of December 2022 by the former president, President Muhammadu Buhari. So the Finance Act has been amended over time. One of the reasons why we also have finance again is because of the fact that we want to also make sure that it augments the Farmer 2020 and also make sure that there is like a friendly atmosphere for businesses in Nigeria. Now look at the benefits you have as a small business that some of you don't know. Number one is that you can see financial classified companies, small companies, medium and large companies. What are small companies? Their turnover is less than or equal to 25 million. Somebody will ask me, but Kama said the turnover should be less than or equal to 120 million. Which one are we going to follow? Now, the one we are going to follow as a small business is that of this finance act. Yes, because after we have Kama 2020, um, FIRS is Federal Inland Revenue Service, they are in charge of the assessment and accounting for taxes for businesses in Nigeria, whether you are a small business, a medium business, or a large business, or a company as it were. The agency of government serving the responsibility of charging you to tax and collecting the tax from this FIRS, regardless of where your business is operational within the source of Nigeria. Whether you're in Lagos, whether you're in Abuja, whether you're in Kano, you pay your tax to FIRS, not the state where your business is operating. The only taxes you pay to the state where your business is operating is when you talk about taxes like personal income tax, like maybe you are into maybe your salary earner or and all of that, or you're into some other things that are very, very personal to you. That's when every income you get from it, from those income to the state government where your business is domiciled, right? Coming back to this takes precedence because FRS released a circular sometimes in 2020 to say that the finance you know, position takes precedence over thermal position. That means that if you are here and your turnover is less than 25 million, then you qualify as a small business. Your turnover is your sales, your revenue. Once it's less than 25 million, then you qualify to enjoy the benefit of the small business. And what's the benefit of a small business? You don't pay company income tax as it is named. That means regardless of whatever revenue you make, as long as, I mean, profit you make, as long as your revenue, your turnover, your sales is 25 million or less, you don't pay company income tax. You can see that. You can see why this session is important because for a while it's important to understand the regulatory environment of where your business operates. So there are certain things you take advantage of. There are certain information you will have. This is one of the reasons why you are in this session. So if your turnover is less than 25 million, you are a small business, on your stage, you don't pay company income. You are exempted from it by law to pay company income tax. Maybe it does not mean you will not file returns, you will not file IRS, but and file returns, but you are exempted from company income tax. And you're also exempted from TET, special education tax. How many of you, I mean, I'm sure everybody here, you're a graduate, whether you went to a polytechnic, a university, or made of education, or maybe any monotechnic or as it were. We are all graduates of one institute or the other. How many of you, while walking around your school, you see something like text form on buildings, on generator, or ETF? You see ETF 2020, text form, 1990, whatever, 2000 and something. I need somebody to unmute.
Yes, we saw that.
You used to see that, right? Now, should be
Yes.
here the understanding concept. Every business in Nigeria is currently, now according to Finance Act 2023, every businesses in Nigeria pay 2.5% of their accessible profits as tertiary as a contribution to tertiary education in Nigeria. We call it tertiary education tax, TET. They pay it, and that money is kept in a fund managed by Tech Fund. Tech Fund is also managed by an agency of the government. So all companies in Nigeria mention them, they pay 2.5% of their civil profit. So Tech Fund will now gather those 2.5% of it as a profit of all companies in Nigeria pay. They will now allocate it to all tertiary institutions in Nigeria according to their needs. That's why you will see on all those videos, you see something like to this thing, or I want to try to recollect it. There's a way you put it. Something Intervention Assessment Fund 2022. It might be on a generator in your school. So it shows that your school went to test one to say, in support of engineering, we need generators to always power our laboratory, for instance, but we don't have generators. This fund will come to the school, assess whether the school needs that particular. And once they find out that they need that particular thing, tech fund now release money to them. From that fund that has been contributed by all companies in Nigeria, the 2.5%, now release it to them. We now give it to your school. Construct that building. We are saying tech fund on it because it used to be ETS around 2005, 2006, education trust fund. But in 2011, it became tech fund, right? So they will now give the money to your school, and your school will now construct that building, we buy that generator on which we have the inscription, tech fund, 2020. So that 2020 is the year that money was released to that school, to that project. Do you not understand now? So, but for you as a small company, you are exempted from paying that tech fund as well. If you are following, unmute yourself and say we are following.
I am
We are
following.
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 I'm
Yes,
following.
thank you very much.
I'm
Thank
following.
you very much. Thank you very much. Now,
I'm following.
medium companies. Now, what makes you a medium company, which really does not apply to you guys, but you need to understand it, is that once your turnover is 25 million to 100 million, then finance act in the face of the Nigerian regulatory environment for business by medium company. And by that time, you're expected to pay 20% of your eligible profit and income tax. Yes, you pay 20%. And you now pay 3%. Oh, sorry. The special education tax now is now 3%. Before, it was up to like 2018, was 2%. 2019, 2020, finance it became 2.5. By finance 2023, it became 3%. So it's not 3%, but it started from 2%, 2.5, not 3%. Why? Because funds were declaring that we don't have much funds to meet the needs of our tertiary institution. And that's why we are turning out graduates who are not big and all of that, and all of those and all of that. Yes. Can see people in the chat box following. Thank you for following. Right? Somebody is asking a question. Okay, Okunlola, company income tax. Good morning, sir. So I have a question. My business is registered with Swiss and I've visited FRS. So I'm told to file monthly, which I don't really understand. What can where do I visit the capital monthly? Just use zero. This is not the company income tax. Is company income tax the same as that? No, it's not the same thing. Okunlola. Okunlola, filing return means that we told the FRS what your income statement is. Your income statement is what you traditionally know as profit or loss account. Profit or loss account will show your sales, that's your revenue. Less every other cost of sales, you get your gross profit. Less your expense, you get your net profit, right? And that's your income statement. You file it. That's filing. Filing is even when you make profits, right? And you don't make profits, you file it to the FIS. As long as what the FIS will be looking out for you is your revenue. If your revenue is not 25 million, you're a small company. And I mentioned it before, if you're following, when I was explaining, that the fact that you are exempted from company company, when you will not file returns to the FIS. Filing return means that you file some documents to them, your, what do you call it, your income statement, your balance sheet, or what's your otherwise known as your financial position, and your schedule of value added tax. Right, that's that. Value added, see, the fact that you are not paying company income tax and value added tax are different things. The fact that you are not paying value added tax does not mean you will not pay company income tax. In case you don't know now, you know now. They don't mean you will not what? You will not pay company income. I mean, sorry, the fact that you're not paying company income tax does not mean you not pay value added tax, right? So value added tax is you pay on every value addition in your line of production. Yes, you always pay, and sometimes you also pay value added tax on services. For instance, as I'm speaking to you now, I'm rendering a service, which is, facilitating the session. Yes, I can be summoned to pay value added tax on whatever money I'm paying. Yes. As a matter of fact, I may not be the one paying the value added tax. It might be next factory. Let me explain in the way you understand now. It might be next factory that will be paying the value added tax. That's why we call some things input tax and we call some things output tax. Don't want to go so deeply into finance and advanced finance and accounting and even position because I'm sure everybody here you are not in accounting whatever. So I don't want to be saying things that will bore you. But the purpose of your question, Okunlola, what I'm saying is that even whatever amount I'm paid for this service, next you would have paid value added tax. You will remit the value added tax to the state government in this case. If how they will be remitting money to the state government in this case because I am an individual, but it should be remitted to the federal government if you are a business. Like if you are a business, your value added tax will be remitted to the federal government, like a company. But if it's for an individual like myself, it will be remitted to the state government where that business is operating. That is in the case of Lagos now, it will be remitted to the LRS. LRS is Lagos Inland Revenue Service, right? So the summary of what I'm saying, you can realize that you have to file return. So now, thanks to Mohammed Nami, as the former FRS chairman, that digitalized FRS. Before you will carry your income statement on paper to any FRS office closer to you. But now there is what we call full match. That's what you're talking about the portal. Yes. Full match where you go there and see in the front of you. Ask you, we attach all your income statement, the document, you attach it. Apart from that, they will now ask you from that income statement, what's your turnover? You see the your turnover sale in the year is 10,000, you see it there. What's your profits? You see it there. What's your this? You see it there. So on that basis, they will calculate your tax. You realize that until you feel all those things Okunlola, it's not show marks. So you like watching movie. It's not show marks. So show marks. Don't put it in the chat box. Ask What? We're not watching movie. Oh my God, guys, can you see it in the chat box? Can you see what I typed in the chat box? Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Then that should be gold for today for me than go to 2 months. Don't mind me. So, uh, so so much. So you impute what your revenue looks like for Kunwala, what your profit looks like, what your asset looks like. Automatically, it has been programmed. It will now compute your for you, your income tax. And in this case, what is the compute for you is zero, need. You don't pay any tax because you're a small business. Once the system has been programmed, once your revenue is not 2.5 million, not calculate any company income tax for you, only take a income tax for you. But it might calculate. But value-added tax is another thing on its own. For instance, if you go and buy what we call backable goods, according to value-added tax of 2004 as amended, when you go and buy backable goods, for instance, you are going to pay 7.5% of that and you remit it. I give you an example of what I'm paid. Let me assume I'm paid 5,000 naira or 2,000 naira for teaching you or for taking this class. 7.5% of 2,000 naira will be charged and remitted. In this case, because I am an individual, if I'm the one remitting it, now remit it to the Lagos Inland Revenue Service. If it is a company that is remitting it, value-added tax for a company, computable goods for a company, they remit it to the FRS. So FRS is in charge of collecting fees that are able to the federal government in Nigeria, while state governments have their own respective tax agencies collect them. Okay, Lola, I hope that answers your question. Lola, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, Lola. So if you need further assistance, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn as well.
Okay.
I should be able to help.
Okay.
Right, so large companies. So large companies is, I mean, when your turnover is greater than 100 million, right? Large companies, any other company in Nigeria, once your turnover is greater than 100 million for large company, all these companies around, MTN, name them. Because some of them don't have name in the public space and they are large companies and they are doing well, right? Once your turnover is more than 100 million, company income tax, you pay 30%. And that's the standard company income tax rate in Nigeria, 30%. And of course, you pay special income tax of 3%. Now, moving on, we've mentioned what accounting is all about. And why it's important for you to keep up a book of record is that some regulatory authority are interested, right, in your proper books of accounts. Yes, in the event that they need to be reviewed. Yes. For instance, FRS, there's something we call tax audits. FRS can send tax investigators come to your business and come and check proper books of accounts. I mean, come and check your um accounts to see whether you've kept proper books of accounts, right? You review it. If they can come in 2023 and request for your records of 2019, if you have been operating since that time, you should be. That's why it's important to keep proper books of accounts. If you are not able to provide it to them, the signal you are sending to the tax authorities is that what you have been doing is what I call Bala Blue accounting. What do I call it, everybody? Bala Blue. Now that means you have been Bala Blueing your records. That's what it means. So you want to make sure that you are able to, keep proper books of account is important. So it's important. They will be reviewed for audit. And you know what audits are, right? I used to ask this question when I take this session that all auditors are accountants, but not all accountants are auditors. It's a very tricky thing, but I would not want to take time on that. Now, what makes auditors accountants is because for you to become an auditor, you must be an accountant first. Right? Because I've understand the regiment of accounting. I cannot check what an accountant has done if I don't understand the basics or behind what the accountant does. I don't understand the profession of the accountant. I cannot audit the proper books of account. Do you understand? So that's why it is important for us to, um, do that, right? Then, what are the basic terms you need to in bookkeeping? Number one is your assets. Yes, assets is, I try to explain this in a layman's language that you'll be able to understand. So your asset is everything, anything that you buy in order to make sure that you make more money in your business and you expect that it lasts for more than 1 year. I don't want to be giving the technical definition of it. And of course, we have financial accounting standard that governs things that has to do with assets. We call them property, plant, and equipment. That's International Accounting Standard number 16, right? IAS 16. It governs, assets. Now you recognize assets, right? If you buy furniture, for instance, in the course of your business is an asset, you recognize an asset because it expects that it lasts more than 1 year. If you have a vehicle used in distributing your products to your customers, is an asset. And you should be following. Then liability, you know what liability is now? In layman's term, liability is just what um, people are owing you, right? That's liability. So it's just the debt owed to your business by people. And it's important to note, right? It's important to note, guys, that your liability is different from the business liability. This is very different with this kind of session. That one of the reasons why businesses are failed in Nigeria or in the keep failing in Africa generally is because of the fact, it's because of the fact that they don't understand that personal funds is different from the business funds. I mean, growing up, you see our parents when they have people coming to visit them, they take money for. In fact, imagine our parents having a fashion store. When families come to visit, they enter the fashion store, pick whichever clothes they like, and our parents will feel like, you see my money now, to this is my business, but it's a wrong mindset to have as a small business. You should keep separately your business record from your personal record. If you have to take money even out of your business as a business owner, you will record it. You will keep everything. You don't treat, even if you are the one that provide 100% of the capital in running the business. Still, the business is even so there's a concept in accounting called legal entity. No, legal entity, yes. Legal entity means that the business is distinct from its owners. That's why we see businesses in accounting. For instance, if I come to your business even as a tax investigator, and I come to your business and ask you, bring this book, bring this, I know able to bring. If I'm suing, I will not sue you. I'm suing your business. Although who will defend your business might be entitled to get people who will defend, but your business name is different from you. And that's what entity concept, legal concept says in accounting, right? So it's important for you to know that you are different from your business. You are distinct. Your business, you call a business a corporate personality. If your business is also a person, yes, it's a person just like you. But in this case, we call them a corporate person, right? So it's important for you to know. Then income, of course, income is all the money you receive in engaging in your business. Why expenses is whatever thing you spend money on in order to generate income. You want to first the business expenses are those things you expend money on, you buy, you spend money on for the purpose of generating income. You buy, and it's not for the purpose of generating income for that business. It's not a business expense. Some of you have that issue because I've worked in, professional firms where we advise clients on audit and on keeping proper books of account. And we used to make that mistake. If you go and put personal expense as part of your business expense, when we come to expense, we add back those expenses. When you put expenses that are not the business expense, you want to reduce your profit. To come and now wash that expense to now increase your profit back to what it's supposed to be. So any expense that will not result in generation of business income is not a business expense and it should not be recorded as business. I'll give you an example. I give you an example of just what just happened now. You give a gift to one of your friends that's been visiting from the business force and you record it as expenses. It is not. It will be disallowed. In taxation, we call it disallowable expenses. It will be disallowed. And it's government tax. So you need to understand that expenses are those things you expend money on and the purpose of growing the business. The next one is cash flow. This is cash flow. We talk about the movement of money. Yeah. And there is a question that we ask after this session, very, very importantly, to get your understanding, right? About cash flow. So, and we also have an international accounting standard that talks about cash flow. That's IAS 7, International Accounting Standard number 7. It governs the preparation of cash flow statement. So cash flow has to do with the movement of cash within the business. And there's a statement or an account because sometimes we refer we use statement and account interchangeably. When I say statement, we're talking about account. Just like the way you have your bank statement, right? It documents what has happened in how your bank account over a period of time, usually monthly. So statement is like an account. So the next one is account payable. Account payable is those people you are owing, right? Like your creditors. Accounts receivable, for instance, the last one I have on this, the consumer screen. Can you see the last one I have, the account receivable? Account receivable, for instance, right? Account receivable, as you can see, for instance, is the money from the word receiving, what you want to receive. So those are the monies your customers are owing you. While payable is the money you are owing your suppliers, right? So all of them have the way of recording them in your books of account. Then revenue is all the money you collect in the customer. Revenue has to do more with your primary, purpose of having the business, like the sales, right? So we talked about that. If you are still following this on me and say, yes, sir, we are following, to be sure you're not in the kitchen. Or mute and say, we are following.
Yes, sir, we are following.
Yes, we are following.
Mm.
And I hope you
We
guys are
We are
actually,
learning
following,
something,
sir.
regardless.
Yes,
I hope you
sir.
are learning something and you are getting enlightened.
yes, sir,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. So let's continue. Let's continue. All right. So your capital or equity, of course, you know what your capital is now. Somebody is unmuted. Please mute yourself. So equity is all about the money you invest in the company, right? Yes. And somebody is still unmuted. Mute yourself. All right. Thank you. So equity is all about the money you invest in the company, yeah? And it's provided by the owner, right? And let me use the layman's language. They tell you capital is the amount of money you should start a business or you invest in a business. So it's in a way, all right? Yeah, because when you begin to grow into a full-fledged company, there are some other components of it's our equity because we also call it equity now, right? That comes to that. And your equity is shown in your capital account. Yes, it's a small business now in this case. The equity, you have business equity, you have business capital. I mean, even when you are starting your business and it is one of your uncle that give you money to start a part of your equity. Even when you are starting your business, one of your uncle said, oh, okay, Lola, when you are starting business, right? I have one boss in my compound that I don't really use. I give it to you free of charge, using it for your business to transfer whatever you sell to your customers. It's also part of your fitting. But in this case, the second entry will be because it's part of your capital because it's part of what you are using, to run the business, right? And on the other side, it also qualify as an asset. That means the two entry will be that you qualify as a capital and also qualify as an asset. So in accounting terms, we say credit your capital equity account and debit your assets. I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you with that, right? Then the next thing is general ledger. This is general ledger. Of course, the general ledger is like it contains all accounts. Like and most cases, general ledger are usually used to record transactions that cannot be recorded in other ledger, like your sales ledger and your purchases ledger. Transaction like maybe you're buying furniture, transaction like maybe you are just name anything that does not have to do with you making sales or you purchasing. Uh, you have them recorded in the journal ledger. Then you have journal. So journal, in layman's language, you say journal is a principal book of account. The example I used to do is if you, or of course, all of us went to a secondary school. You know that the head of the secondary school is a principal. Right? That means that the principal oversees the activity, entire activity of the secondary school. So now imagine if a student and a student is fighting, and the students first are not settled. Who will take it to? They take it to the teachers. The teacher cannot settle it, they will take it to the principal. What happens when teachers and teachers are fighting? The teachers and teachers to make a fight. I mean, anytime I see this, I remember an experience, when I was teaching in secondary school. When teachers actually went to sit out with themselves. What will happen? They will have to go to the principal's office to also sit, right? That means that the principal oversees the activities and the principal accommodates everything, whether it's student issues or teachers issues or non-management staff issues. It's the principal that accommodate or settles them. The same thing, when you say journal is the principal book of accounting, that journal accommodates all transactions, whether it is sales, whether it's purchases, whether it is purchase of assets, whether it's correction of errors, anything, it accommodate them. So you should be a trial balance. So you bring a trial balance in most cases when you perform the needs to make sure that you're able to test the mathematical accuracy. Then you have leverage. Leverage is like the debt component of the fees or use. Then the next thing we want to ask ourselves is why are we keeping bookkeeping while accounting? So I need everybody to engage in this piece. Why bookkeeping while accounting? Just in the next 1 minute on the chat box that you want to unmute. What do you need to from everything I've been saying? Because what I want to cover here is what I've been talking about. So everything I've been saying, why are you keeping books? Why account? Why accounting? Why are you not just doing your business normally? Why do you have to put yourself to keep a book of account? Yes,
Yeah, for proper
Can you hear
record
me?
keeping and maximization of profit.
okay, when you are prepping, please permit me to say, you tell me your name. My name is, and you now answer the question. Is that fine?
Morning, sir. My name is Olajimi Jojoy.
Okay. So you're the one who spoke now.
Jojoy.
Yes, so go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead. Ayo, please go ahead. Ayo, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Because of is
Your
like you
network seems
mentioned
bad.
earlier on
Like
tax
anyone who cannot
compliance.
hear you well, it's breaking.
Network
Okay, good
is
morning.
a little bit terrible.
Okay. And this is the box then. If you can, but I understand. Thank you for making an attempt.
I am
Yes, who
Adeyemo
else is
Deborah.
speaking? Okay.
Yes, the benefits includes proper record keeping, maximization of profits.
Well, thank you very much. Any other person?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Good
your name.
morning, sir. My name is Ruth Chisom.
Okay.
For me, the basic reason for bookkeeping and accounting is to monitor the growth of the business. Because when you know how much is coming in and how much is going out, you know how your business is growing over time.
All right. Thank you for that. I can see that a lot has been learned from the little time. And for people putting stuff in the chat, but let me read just about one or
Can
two
you hear
because of
me
time.
better now?
Okay, Ayo, you want to go ahead? I can hear you.
No.
I cannot hear you again. Okay, Ajine Christina says to share your business is doing for taxation purposes, for decision making purposes. Not good. Oluwadu saying, but like to keep record of every transaction the business makes correct financial decisions and deduce if the business is profitable or not. Monitor growth. Study your model. Oh, thank you. Yes, monitor growth. That's like you are making decisions. Because by the time you monitor your growth, then you cannot decide to say, do I need to continue this business? Or maybe it's a section of your business. It's not doing well. You know the section. You know, in accounting, there's something we know as we used to call short-term decision making. You know when to close down a section of your business or to continue operating. Right? You know when to make or you buy. Whether you should produce something within your business or you should keep, buying it from, other suppliers. You need raw materials to produce something. There are times where people do what we call is it vertical integration now? Yes. When you begin to produce your raw materials yourself, if you cost with it's more, cost effective. Somebody said for budgeting, need government regulation, reporting commission to regulate. Yeah, I love this. These people are scholars. Mm? Not factory. You have the set of scholars this time. I keep record for informed decisions regarding my business and for compliance purpose. Doing your word. I record keeping helps business secure funding. Yes. Very important. Financial management, count records, provide an overview of the financial health of the business. Media, thank you. Access to loan and grants. Rabiat, thank you. Compliance, proper accounting ensures compliance with tax law and regulation. Yes, thank you, Lydia Thompson. Thank you very much. You have all said it, so I mean, it shows that you have been following it. So I don't even need to waste much time here. So everything you have said is what we have here. Accurate record people, asset and liability tracking, business decision guidance, compliance with legal regulations, control over fraud and risk, economic data recorded, financial budgeting and planning, information for financing. For financing means you know when to maybe go and source for capital, go and speak to investors to come and invest, yes, or not. It lets you know. If your business is doing well, you have a good potential, but you don't have finance, and then there are a lot of investors you can approach. There are a lot of grants you can begin to watch out. I will discuss that before I end this session. The grants you can watch out for that will really help you as a small business. So management of cash flow, operation and files. So you can see what you guys have discussed. So what are the users of financial information? Of course, you the users, if you have shareholders or investors that are interested in how your business is doing, the management. Yes, you are part of the management. Your employees too are interested. Why are your employees interested? They are interested to know whether they should keep working for you or they should back now. Whether you'll be able to pay their salary. Because there are certain ways some businesses will be going that you know that this business cannot survive. It's better I go and look for another business before suddenly the business will just, like one of my friends used to say, suddenly the business will just remove fear in my bum bum. And I will have to go out there looking for jobs. So it's better. So employees are interested to know the ability of the business to be able to pay their salaries and their money. Who are the external users? For tax authority, for companies and businesses FRS. In case of the states, they have the respective states internal revenue service, LRS and all of that. You have lenders like banks. If you go and lend money in the bank, they will be interested in your financial record or before you even go. It's part of the requirement to see whether your figures is looking like something that is enough to be able to repay their loan. The government to like CEC, you have said that after the CEC you also ask you to file return at some point. So trade unions still need it for your employees to know whether they should negotiate an increment in wages and salaries in case where they know that this woman, for instance, I don't know if Okorola is a lady. Okorola has been making, before when she started, she was making how much was money? Maybe 1 million. That's why she's paying me 100K. But now I can see the record that she's now making like 5 million. Then trade union can now come and say, come, we need to increase our salary. All of us will need. So they also need it. And they also need it, apart from implement this, and they also need it to also ascertain their members' welfare and their job security. Because a company that is not doing well will have issues when it comes to things like this. The suppliers too need it to be able to know, especially when they are supplying goods to you on credit, to be able to know whether you'll be able to pay back your debt. Your customer also need it to know whether they should continue patronizing you or they should not patronize another person. Whether you have a long-term sustainability or not. The public too need it, any other person, other related parties. Then what are source documents is important because this session is to make sure that we are put through the rudiment of accounting and financial management in general step. So you need to know what source documents are. One of the things we look out for in auditing and taxation generally, because I've had experience in those sections, is that every time a transaction is said to have occurred, you are not interested in saying, I go and buy something, 10,000 naira. I go and buy 10, 5,000 naira. I go and buy motor vehicle. You're interested in the supporting documents. The such documents are supporting documents for the transactions. There's document that shows that a particular thing is occurred. For instance, receipt will tell me that you have paid an amount of money, whether an e-receipt or a physical receipt. It's a supporting document for whatever amount you say you have paid somewhere. So in auditing, when we come to audit a company, they're not interested in, although you show us your financial statement, we know, we'll now begin to query. You said you made an expense of 5 million naira to as advertisement. You begin to query, you give us the supporting documents. You say you went to contract AIT or some of these influencers say apropos doctor and the likes. So how am I to come and to advertise to do is business? We have to supporting document. Somehow we always have an invoice. So that okay, I want to do a video for you of 2 minutes to help you, a content, to create the content for your business. If the 2 minute video is 3 million, you send your invoice before you make it. And that's a lesson for all of you here. Don't make any payment, any business payments when there's no supporting document. It's wrong. If not, you put yourself in trouble when it's time for audit or when regulatory authority comes to check your whatever. You put yourself in trouble. So you ask them for invoice. So when they send the invoice saying The invoice will show why you are paying the money to them, what the service they render to you. And we'll be able to know whether the service is needed for the business at that time. And when we see an invoice, we say, okay, how amount, so amount, this is it. Then we need to have something is supporting. Another one is deposit slip. You go and send money to someone, the deposit slip, or bank statement, payroll report, tell us what you have been incurring on salaries and other workers' emoluments and welfare, personal concession, or your purchase order. If you say you order something, your debit notes when there's an overcharge or undercharge, the same thing with everything. So your check counter falls. So you have seen a check before. There's a part of the check that you don't dispatch. Part of the check contains the check number that is only unique to that particular check you dispatch. So even when you are saying you give a check to someone or social amount, you can ask for a check counter to see the details of that particular check when you are giving someone. So those are source documents. I hope you guys understand. Before we move on to accounting sector, I hope you understand. Support documents are just basically your what, your supporting document. Allow me to say thank you for the insights, share documents, review
Yes,
it and
sir.
hear
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, yes. All right, everyone. I'm correct. Glad you need your plan. All right, thank you. Counting
Yes,
circles.
we do.
Counting
We
circles.
understand.
All right, thank you very much. Counting circle. It's just like when you say, everybody have a life cycle. Even human being have a life cycle. Even though I'm not a biologist, for the biology sake, please pardon me if I make error. You understand? So, but I know that from conception to the time you are giving birth to, I don't know what happened in the womb. But anyway, so pardon me. From the time you are giving birth to, from there you start taking milk, from there you start crawling, from crawling, you understand that you start walking, you start running, then you get old and the person will treat you for the same thing accounting as a sector. You start from what? From your source document, your supporting document, like I said earlier on, to your journals. Your journals, like I said, is the principal book of accounts. Remember the example of the principal and the student teacher relationship I gave as an example. The journal accumulates everything. It moves to ledger. Ledger is the individual account for all the entries value. From ledger, it goes to trial balance. Trial balance tests the arithmetical accuracy. That's the mathematical accuracy of the figures. To see whether the figures you enter in each of the accounts are correct. Then you have to prepare financial statement, right? And your financial statement according to GPFR. I don't know if that's the next slide I have. Let me check. Yes, according to the GPFR, General Purpose Financial Report, your financial statement should comprise of five things for your business. Majorly, it should contain your income statement. Your income statement is what you traditionally know as, for some of you did accounting in secondary school, or you borrowed accounting with a course maybe in your 100 level, 200 level in university days. What you traditionally know as profit or loss is what we now call income, is what we now call income statement. And according to international accounting standard number one, is your income statement shows profit or loss, the financial performance of the business, the profitability of that business. So in your statement of financial position, what we normally know as balance sheet, shows the state of affairs of the asset and liability. Then your statement of cash flow shows how liquid your business is. Liquid means that um how easy is for your business to have access to cash. Yes, that's what your cash flow. Cash flow only talks about anything cash that involve money, movement of money. But your profit or loss shows your financial performance. So sometimes the amount you are declaring that you have made as profit might not be available as in cash. Because for businesses like your business, which are private businesses, we use what we call accrual basis accounting. What do I call them? Put it in the chat box. Accrual basis of accounting. That's what we use. Accrual basis of accounting means that you account for things, even when, for instance, you account for revenue, even when you have not received this revenue, but you have performed the obligation. For instance, if you sell, what do you do? But can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Anyways, all right. Let
She's
me
a
assume
pharmacist. She said it at the beginning.
pharmacist. Okay,
Yes,
thank
I
you.
can hear you. If I'm the Ondoayo you are referring to, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. Odunayo is a pharmacist who sells, pharmaceutical products, for instance, right? So, Odunayo my supply pharmaceutical product to some people, some of our clients, and they didn't pay immediately. They will tell out they will pay next year. But do you still have the right to, I mean, everyone still has the right to recognize that amount they will pay next year now as part of her sales. You know why? Even if she has not received money, to recognize because she has already supplied the customer the what the pharmaceutical what product already. So but in that case, has she received money for the sale? No. But she will still recognize that money she has not received as part of her sale. That's what accrual basis of accounting means. Recognize it when you have done your obligation, even when the money has not been received. And the same way, recognize expenditure or expenses, item of expenses, when they has been incurred and not necessarily when you have paid for them. There are certain situations when you go and get something, make sure that your business is growing. So your business grows, right? But you have not paid for it instantly, right? So it's important. It helps you to, helps you to make with whatever thing you want to do at that time. You don't do your part. So it's important to understand what this means. Then that statement of shareholders equity. If your equity, your capital is changing. For instance, you're not having shareholders, you're paying dividend. Dividend is like a return for you give to shareholders. You pay out of your profit. The return you pay to your shareholders out of your profits for them subscribing to the shares of your business, for them believing in your business, contributing money to your business. Then you have notes to financial statement or disclosure. Your notes financial statement or disclosure should tell us, every other thing that you cannot disclose in the first statement above, you give them as a note. For instance, you can give a note that come during your 2023, I had a pending litigation when somebody sued me. They said in my pharmacy, one of the drug I sold to them, they found people inside it and they had to sue me. So you disclose in the note your financial statement because you don't know what you don't know what the impact of the aftermath of that litigation or that lawsuit you have on your business. You understand? Maybe it will result in the business collapsing or otherwise. So it's important that you disclose any notes to your financial statement. Having talked about that, let's have a short class at it, and I need you to unmute and share your understanding. There's a difference between profitability versus liquidity. Are they the same thing? Are they different? Why? Unmute and talk to me. And we are having that exercise in the next 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes. Nobody is talking. Profitability and liquidity.
So can I say something?
Please go ahead
I
and
think,
tell us your name.
okay, my name is Christiana.
Okay.
I think profitability is your profits that you get from your business after removing your expenses from the revenue. While liquidity has to do how quickly can your assets be converted to cash to
Yeah,
meet obligations.
to meet obligation. Thank you for very much, Christina, for that. That makes sense. Any other person? Let me ask you the question. A business can be liquid and not profitable. A business can be profitable and not liquid. Discuss. Yes. Anybody? But Christina, you want to say something?
Okay, I think I agree with that. Like
Okay.
from the definition I gave earlier, it may be possible that you're not making sales in the business, or you're not making profits in the business, but you already have assets on ground that actually boosts your company's image already. Like
Okay.
MTN now, it's very possible for them to pay off debts, even though they are not making profits because they have shares they've bought probably from the markets. They have machineries they have on ground that they can sell in case they need to pay off debt in the future, not necessarily because they are making profit at that particular time. Like in case they want to declare bankruptcy, because they're no longer making profits. They can sell off all these other assets they have to pay off the debt that they are owing.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Now, so that we will not waste time, let me just go. This is spot on. It's important. It's profit. A company can be profitable and non-liquid. Like I said, everything boils back to the accrual basis for accounting. Because for you to get your profitability, you have included the money you have received and the one you have not received, but you know you will receive. But liquidity shows what exactly you have at on hand like this in terms of cash. This is where you see that some businesses, how many of you are taking time to study some businesses that crumble along the way? Go and check. It should ask as at the each year before they crumble. The income statement is still showing that they are making profits, and yet they still crumble. So it's possible for you to be making profits, to be showing that you're making profit on your income statement legitimately, and you still crumble. So for a business, what you should pay more attention to, profitability is key. And that thing you pay much attention to, very, very important, is what everybody, is your liquidity. Because if you are not liquid, you won't be able to pay salaries. Okay, let me just give you a little insight from that angle. You can be saying you are making profits and you are not able to pay salaries. You are not, you are being liquid. Right? So it's important to know that liquidity is not your profitability. While it's very, very important to be profitable, it's also key that you are liquid to be able to meet your short-term obligation. So that when you need money, somebody mentioned short-term debt obligation, very correct. But when you need money to sort some things, it's important to the business, you're not just carrying profitability on paper and there's no cash. I hope you guys understand now. So moving to the next one, basic regulation you need to know. I've mentioned them: IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard, Only and Indian Matters Tax Grammar, discuss that. Finance Act to discuss it. Company Income Tax Act, so that is what governs the payment of, this is what governs tax as it relates to companies or businesses. Company Income Tax Act. You may want to lay your hand on it. You can Google it online. The PDF is available online. The Personal Income Tax Act 2011 has amended. For some of you engaged in some other personal things that you do, right? So general tips that I put out here for you guys. General tips is that there are basic things you should know. Number one, understand the peculiarity of your customer is important. Customers are at the center of everything you do. So you have to understand the peculiarities. Separate business resources from personal resources is important to do that. Ensure all funds. I've explained all these things earlier, and that's why I'm not taking time on them. Ensure all funds are accounted for, particularly cash, which can be easily moved. How it's and it is needed to secure grant. Yes. When we go and audit a firm, the most important thing we pay much attention to, I'm giving you as a secret now, everybody can this for this cash. Do you know why? Because that is the only asset that can be easily moved from one place to the other without any tracing. That's why you see in Nigeria today, check our ministries, they are, you'll be hearing you know, contract stamp. Look at what is happening in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, for instance, at the moment. What happened? Having a fictitious contract, a contract that never existed to the tune of about 580 million. You never hear that some people, stole that belong to the government in numbers like 100 cars. It's not possible. But what is easy to move, and we understand that as accountants and as auditors, that look, one of the assets that is quick to move from one place to the other. That's why when we go for this, we pay much attention to cash check. You look at your bank statement, we analyze all these things in total, right? So it's important for you to account for all funds. That is where
Hello, can't hear you. No sound though, please.
sorry guys, I lost you for a moment. I think that's connectivity there. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about
Yes,
that.
we can hear you now.
All right. So, and confirm if you can see my screen as well.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. It's just
Yes,
network.
I can
That's
see your
Nigeria
phone.
for us. Yes. So it's important for you to know that, like, when you pay much attention to your cash inflows and outflows, because that is what you pay much attention to. And even when regulatory authorities come, you are interested in your finances, inflows and outflows. Right. So they also make provision for tax, put deadline in mind. For instance, for company, the provision for tax is usually, I mean, payment deadline for payment of tax is usually 6 months. For instance, if your accounting year end December last year, you still have between, if you take it already, you have between this January to June to have finalized the completion of your tax and your remittance of your tax to the FRS. So you have 6 months after the end of the business as a moratorium. And you keep track of all your expenses. You also mentioned that when I was giving an example of people owning a store, you feel like your store is the same thing as your business and all of that. So you keep track of all your things. Even when you spend money, let me assume you sell clothes. I went to go and buy raw material in Balogu market, and you incur expenses on your transport during the put it as part of your business expense. That's expense to Balogu market. Even when you get there, you need to refresh yourself. A meal allowance or lunch expense. You understand? As it relates to that going to get whatever. So you keep everything together because it's important to track your expenses so you know how best you're doing. When you maintain daily record, you keep your sales, you keep your purchases. Then you have an easy payment method. Yes, as a business, you need to have an easy payment method. It's important. You have an easy payment method. Don't make a payment method that's very difficult for your um, you know, for your what do you call it? For your customers to pay. Let your payment be an easy method. You can have more than one bank account so that when a particular bank is having issues, you can easily transfer to the other. You can give them the other because customers are the kind of people that they don't want to waste time on things. You sell something to me, you be thinking of my life, I'm paying you, let me pay you, and we know we are done with that, you move to the next one. So you don't want to make your payment method something very difficult for your customer. It's part of the turn off for your customers ensure that there is an easy payment. Then prioritize audit trail. Audit trail has to do with tracing a transaction from the inception to the conclusion. What does that mean? Every transaction starts with a source document, right? So when we come, even when we are trying to trace something, maybe there's a fraud or anything, we trace it, we call it audit trail. Tracing that transaction, what led to that particular fraud from the beginning to the end, as inception to conclusion. So it's sort of supporting document. This expense, how did it happen? What is supporting it? We now begin to trace it. When you made the purchase order, there's a purchase order to show for that. How much was it is there? When did you receive the order? When did you make the payment? When you say you make the payment, where is the supporting document? Where is the receipt? Right? So prioritize all the trade. When you understand all these things, it inform you in the way you keep your books of account. You will be prepared for anything that may want to come up, even when regulatory authority come. You are prepared to explain yourself perfectly well to them. Then keep track of your account to say, yeah, those are owing you, keep track of them. Some of us, we don't keep track of those that are owing us. In fact, some people have owed us to the point that even half of the the worth of your company is being owed to the customer. No. Have a control system around your receivable is important. Then prioritize using software no matter how it's used. As a business, as you grow, prioritize there are a lot of software out there that can help you keep books of accounts. Which some of them is zero accounting or so you even you can use Microsoft Excel. Yeah. Excel is one of the ones that you can even have accessible on your phone. So you can begin to keep up. I made sales, you have a sales daily, you have a purchase daily somewhere, you have an income statement, you can always populate somewhere. That's another thing with Excel. Because every other accounting software are cloud based. That's the advantage on like Excel, that it's not really cloud based. Like if you want it to be cloud based, you can still use Excel offline. But like the rest, like Sage accounting, it's it's cloud based and you have to subscribe. You have to pay for Zero accounting, QuickBooks, Zoom books, amongst others, right? Then the next thing I said I'm going to check in for you guys before we end the session is grants that you can watch out for. Please pay attention to this. There is the Bank of Industry grant. In fact, they did one recently that I saw on LinkedIn. They went to NYSC camps and they asked we call members to come and pitch their business idea. And the first, overall went home with, maybe, I think I saw it on LinkedIn, maybe about 600,000 or so. So imagine somebody giving you pumping 800,000 to your business for free. Just imagine it for free. You know it will go a long way in your business too in providing funding. So all these grants are for free. They will give it to you for free. Once you are able to keep your business and that is to make certain documents and include the financial record, your implementation roadmap. Another one is the Tolu Elumelu Foundation. Some of you have heard about Tolu Elumelu, the chairman of the Health Holding. I mean, the subsidiary of the Health Holding is the popular UG. It's a subsidiary under the Health Holding. So the chairman is Tolu Elumelu. They also have a foundation where they give grants, like entrepreneurship grant. Lagos State too have entrepreneurship trust fund. There's something known as Growth Film Fund. This one is for who engage in small businesses, startups, and fintech. Another one is Africa Young Entrepreneur Empowerment Nigeria. So you can find out on all these grants online. I just let you compile them. There can be so many other ones. So I just let you compile them. The ones I I used to hear about, right? So if you want to be on the lookout for all these guys to go along, you don't need to always to get money for your business. There's not to be only you providing the money. These are free money. I put them free money. That when you meet the criteria, you will get for free. Some of them run into millions of naira as grants for you to just support your small business. So the person asking for the list of some of the accounting software, this is it. You can see my screen now. Microsoft Excel, QuickBooks, Sage, Expensify. There are even some I did not add. Zoho Books, Zoho, QuickBooks, but all of them, in fact, 90% of them here are cloud-based. Microsoft Excel is one you can use both online and offline. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of this class. Do you
Sorry,
have
please,
any
I want
questions?
to ask a question.
Please go ahead.
You said anything that is not part of the business expense, we shouldn't include it. So now,
Yes.
the question I want to ask is, um, there are some applications that I always apply for. At times, they will, some of it, and it's a business trip, and some of it they might say, okay, the only criteria is you have passport, and they sure that the business is functioning. So if you have international passport and the business is functioning, it might lead to you coming for business, maybe business conference or the likes outside the country. So now I'm not saying that okay, if you don't particularly maybe you don't have a particular money that you said, okay, my personal money, I want to use it to obtain international passport so that if there is any of such, I'll be able to attend. So now my question is, if I now remove from business account, as in the business money, to go and obtain that international passport, is it part of the business expense?
Well, thank you very much. So it's important to know that when we're talking about what is business expense or the other, it depends on how you can reasonably justify it. There's something you know as in taxation we say that expenses that should be recognized as business expense should be WREN. Let me put it in the chat box. WREN. WREN means that it must be only, reasonably, exclusively, and necessarily for the business. Only, reasonably, is that what I said? Exclusively, and necessarily for the business. So let me ask you, oh, what about the typing? And try to do it in the chat box. So can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? You
Yes,
guys
sir.
can't hear
Yes,
me.
sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So it can be only reasonably, exclusively, and necessarily for the business. So the question is, that expense, is it only, is it reasonably, is it exclusively, and is it necessarily for the business? Now, to put into perspective for you, international passport you obtain, is it in the business name? That's another thing you want to ask yourself. Although, if you're beginning to have employees. For instance, there is an expense line that is allowed for employees, what we call training and development of employees. So if you have employee and you put that under training and development, I'm trying to teach you the loopholes or nooks and I mean, it's nooks and crannies to it. So maybe the loophole, how you can maybe reasonably explain that, which may not be 100% justifiable. That you begin to have staff, because every company has a budget. You now budget to say, okay, maybe I'll spend about 3 million naira on the training and development of my staff. So of course, if your staff are having training and development and they have to do that, it will be acceptable because it is accepted by the Nigerian regulation that when you are working in a company, the company is responsible to make sure that you are trained and you are being developed to make sure that you are good on the job. You get what I'm saying? That what you are good on the job, right? So in that case, it is justifiable before tax authority that are training and development. So but in this case now, it's a bit dicey. You know why? Because one of the questions you be asked is, you know the strength of your business. Do you think your business strength or the level of growth of your business can absorb doing so much to get cash, doing so much to book flight tickets, if I get you correctly, to go and attend a conference? Do you think your business? That's a question you want to ask yourself, which is reasonable. That's why I use the word reasonable. You want to ask yourself, do you think your business has the capacity or the strength to take that money in entirety? Maybe if you had said, okay, the total money I enjoyed is maybe 500,000. My business does not have that strength. So I have a accounting policy, because accounting policy is also respected. And accounting policy varies from one business to the other. Yes, every tax authority or auditor respects your accounting policy as long as it's consistently applied. You can now say, okay, I have said every expense that I incur that is, although for the business, but it's above so amount or threshold, 50% of it will be borne by the business. Why I will bear 50% of it as the owner of the business. I'm still giving you ways. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not really answering that question for you. I'm giving you ways question can be answered or how you can justify it. It depends on the strength, because I don't know what the strength of your business looks like. It depends on the strength of your business. A business that is struggling to make maybe 300K now, you're now saying you have a trip, like you explained, and you have to attend conference, and you have to spend maybe 500,000 or 700,000. It might sound somehow, right? But it's important. We understand too that at the early years of a small business, we don't understand that. We don't expect that you will make profits. That's the truth. You don't really expect that you will be making profits, because we believe that at in economics, we call it the short run. For some of you who do the economics, short run means that you are still in the very early stage and after in the short run. We want to believe that even when you make loss in the short term, we feel like you are trying to expand your capacity. You're trying to build your resources to make sure that you are able to stand tall there. But all that, you understand what I'm saying? So it depends on the strength of your business and whether the expenses is only, reasonably, exclusively, and necessary for the business. Does that answer your question? You didn't mention your name, so I may not be able to. Okay, my phone went off when you are giving answer to my question. Okay, no problem, Raul. You can get the recording from, the management. Yes. Any other question, guys? Any other question? All right. In the absence of no other question, my name
Yes,
is
sir.
Elijah Falad.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I asked the question on the chat, but I guess you didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I saw that. Please,
Yes, in the list of grants, you said BUI grants. So I wanted to clarify, because what I heard about BUI, they give mainly equipment loan. Do they have grant attached to it? Because this is my first time hearing about it.
the grant. Okay, okay. Yeah. So from my research about BOI, they actually give a grant. I give an example of the one that happened recently that I saw on LinkedIn in NYC camps, where they went there and people came to pitch their business idea and they won. I mean, what they gave them, the price was given in terms of money. Because I saw some of them carrying the placard, 800,000, 900,000, and it was a fair. Like just you know what this check looks like now. What do you call it now? That big check, father, what do you call it? Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm with you. I
yes,
don't also
yes,
know the
yes.
name of
So
those checks, but I know it's a big, large check.
exactly. So exactly, and they gave them to the tune of it. I saw one particularly that was the Silvaro who got it 100,000 in the particular NYC camp. So do you understand? So what I just think you need to do is so with that, be sure they give grants. It's in cash. They might have another one for equipment. It's possible because that's where they exist in the first place, Bank of Industry. If you check not establish them, the act that established them, one of the things they are out there to do is to make sure that they help businesses thrive. That's why they are Bank of Industry. They give loans, they give grants. Of course, an equipment loan is a form of loan. You understand what I'm saying? When you are doing an equipment, you feel, okay, like 2 years, you can spread the payments, you pay so amount and all of that. Do you get? So they actually give grant to from what just happened in NYSC camp recently. I think was it this month or last month I saw it. I think last month. Do you understand? So you may want to make more research on that and be on the lookout. And most of
All
all
right,
these
sir.
companies too, you mentioned this grant too. I remember there was a year I attended PV grants too. No, not grant. At Madada. It's been a while now, maybe in 2018. It was 2018 to 2019. Somebody invited me and people came to pitch their business idea. We first went home with I think 2 million now cash. Right? So you want to be on the lookout. This will also help your smooth because it's one thing to have an idea, a strong business idea. It's another thing to have the funding requirement to make sure your nice ideas see the light of the day. Right? Yes. So thank you very much. Like who is saying has this been answered, please? What's that?
Okay, sir. Good morning again. So someone asked about accounting app. I don't know if you've answered and I missed it out.
Did you see that? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, this is it. Microsoft Excel, QuickBooks, Sage, Expensify, Zoho, QuickBooks, amongst others. This is the only one that is offline. You cannot be taken without paying or it's not cloud-based. Others are cloud-based, and I'm aware you have to pay an amount, right? So, guys, in the absence of no other question, my name is Elijah Falabi. You can check me up on LinkedIn and we can connect, right? So before I go, just to be sure you have learned one of these things, just go into the chat box and put what resonates with you just in a sentence or this session in a sentence in the chat box. I'll be on the lookout now in the next 1 minute. What resonates with you in this class or what you learned, that particular thing that you know that you can trace to do in this class or describe the session just in a sentence. So, all right, episode. Thank you. Yes. These people, I mean, you are busy writing episodes. Not episode, just in a sentence. Yes. Well, that means also for me is that business documentation. Thank you for that. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, guys, for that, Odoayo, thank you very much. So, we can connect, like I said, on LinkedIn. So, thank you very much for your time and for attending this class this morning. We'll see some other time again. Have a nice day. Bye. Saifa, please, over to you. Over to you. Always on the call. Over to you. I'm done.
Hello, anyone there?
Yes, we are here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm done. I'm done.
Sir, please, how do we connect to you on LinkedIn?
Hello, I think you can search for his name. That's what I'm about to do. You can search for Elijah Afolabi on LinkedIn. Then you just send a friend connect. Send a message. It's going to accept it. I don't know if that clarifies your question. Admin, can we leave?
Okay, so sorry about that, everyone. Please, my network logged me out. So I'm just going to paste the attendance. Just quickly fill that up, then you can exit the call. So sorry about that, please.
In fact, please, can you put me over the post so that I can, because it's telling me I have to end the file. So if I did you hear me?